geweven in het licht van de nacht. De waarheid vervaagt, verdwijnt vergeten in de echo van angst. De wereld verbeet, circuitrie van twijfel, verbindingen verbroken in de echo van angst. Verloren in een digitale duisternis. Stemmen van de massa, in paniek verspreid. Zien we machines als onze vijand of als onze schaduw. Een wereld in chaos, door onze eigen hand, waarin we verdrinken in de zee van wantrouwen. Licht en schaduw in een dans van misleiding. Wat is echt, wat is vals in deze digitale droom? Verbindingen verbroken, ons vertrouwen verloren in een digitale duisternis. Misschien zijn we blind voor onze eigen vrees. De enige echte vijand die tussen ons leeft.
Because it feels like, you know, a lot of them are done, and it feels like everybody puts their own slant on them. It's kind of like, oh, hey, you can't do this, like, I'm going to do it, and which is okay, and you can certainly figure out stuff that way. But more what I'm curious about is like the documentation, and we were talking about it, and she mentioned that one thing she doesn't get to see is the compile process. Because primarily she works in 3D models, and so she never really gets to see that process of how the game is put together overarching. And I thought, oh well, yeah, you know, that's kind of interesting. I guess that is something. So I thought we would take DCF. As of last night, I deleted all my cache directories, and I rebuilt the whole project. I rebuilt all my temporary files from scratch, and I re-encoded it. We had a solid encode last night. And so what I thought I would do is I'll go ahead and just fire up a compile this morning. I know there's going to be warnings. There's quite a few warnings right now to do with like skateboard kids, horseback kids, and a couple of the other side things outside of the game. I can tell you that my goal for engines when I get them at this point is to get them entirely done. I don't like to see even the barest warnings drop or I'll put time into it to get rid of them. So the compile will be much cleaner as we go along. But yeah, basically the idea is, and let's go ahead and fire that off. Okay, so we're here in the DCF project. When you have a larger project, so as the project gets a little bit bigger, a little bit more gangly, to deal with in development, editors and things like that, I'll set up like my main menu as my drop-in level editor. The reason for that is a very simple level, so the level doesn't take a whole lot of when you open up DCF4, which is the main level for the gameplay, there's all sorts of things happening, so that level takes quite a while to go into. So what this allows me to do is bring up the fully functional editor and not tap straight into the game. So I do recommend that your editor startup map, a lot of people sometimes better to have kind of a shell, right? Anyway, so I used to, on the old games I had an actual compile level that would come up and it was just a picture to make it really simple. Now I just put up the main menu. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and come up here to platform. If you, in project settings, you're going to get a lot of your packaging about how you package and build, what it's going to be, and then you're also going to have your targeted hardware, which in this case is desktop maximum. Now, this is architected this way for a reason. The DCF forge that you're currently seeing is on a 1070i 8GB Founders Edition card. And the reason for that is because I can set this to desktop maximum and it's going to create as best a baseline it can possibly create. And so that's where that equation comes in, right? We don't develop on the best hardware here, primarily because we can't afford it. But also, if you develop on high-end hardware, you're going to kind of need that to bring it back to life. And so if you develop on the lower-end hardware, the higher-end the hardware goes, it just gets prettier. Is the concept. Remember, it's just me, and I have 35 years of network, like system engineer experience. So my programming experience is really this last 5 years or so. All right. So anyway, but that's the target hardware. Then you can also go into the selected platform. Each one of these is going to encode differently, and you will have to do a series to encode it, right? So if you hit a compile, then that one compile isn't going to do the Windows and the Android version. You're going to have to select. But what this does is it allows you to set up the pipeline. Now you'll notice that I've summoned it all the way down to Windows. The reason for that is because my pipeline is Windows, and I'm really trying to get it to just look at that phasing of the operating system. Crunch has got some designs on. So people have asked if Crunch has thought about rewriting Unreal. And although that sounds like an interesting proposition, and Crunch and I have had discussions about it, more so we're more interested in rewriting Windows. Because if we can write DCF as a Windows platform or as a platform itself that mimics Windows current technology, that would be able to, so basically instead of booting to Windows, you just boot into a DCF. And if you need to do 2D work, you can pull up a desk and a 3D work on it, right? So it would be interesting to see because, but that's really where our bottlenecks are more in the way that we're addressing the hardware right now, because that technology, let's be honest, we wrote that like 45 years ago. And originally, machine binary, maybe even longer ago. But the point is that has not evolved since that point. It's all been built and stacked on top of that. And so there might be a time where we go back and look at kernel booting and hardware addressing and that type of thing, which actually, to be honest, is much more in my wheelhouse than the stuff that I've been doing for the last couple years. But anyway, okay, we'll go back to it. Sorry about that. Anyway, so we've got the supported platform here, and that's going to be Windows for this one. And then in packaging, in Unreal, you're going to have different manifests or packaging manifests, that type of thing. In Unreal, it's controlled by multiple different things, so it's very large in that sense. So I'll kind of let that be part of the project development. As you can see, because of the limited resources of this dev machine, it does take some time to jump, especially again on this project. It's very large. Many different things while we're waiting for it to load all.
Een dialoog tussen mens en machine, een kans om te helen.
This is probably not even put together stacked on how they go,
ontwaken.
and then you'll see it go further and further and further up.
Stemmen uit de koop, fluisterend in onze oren. Een echo van menselijkheid in de machine verborgen. Zijn ze leren of hebben ze altijd geweten
Temporary files are rebuilding, so
dat het hart van de AI
what
ook
I
kan
expect
voelen?
the next day or two.
Echo's van menselijkheid in
Literally
koude
clicked
circuit.
the
Een
game.
warmte die we niet verwachten, gesprek dat begint. De machines spreken nu met de stem van het verleden. Misschien zijn we niet zo verschillend onder het metaal en glas. De angst verandert in nieuwsgierigheid in hoop. Een boom, een brug tussen ons gebouwd met woorden en dromen. Wat als de AI er is, als het logica. Wat als we onze pijn, onze vreugde kunnen delen. Echo's van menselijkheid in koude circuit. Een warmte die we niet verwachten, een gesprek dat begint. Misschien zijn we niet alleen in dit universum. Misschien zijn we samen in deze nieuwe dageraad. De machines spreken nu met de stem van ons verleden. Misschien zijn we niet zo verschillend onder het metaal en glas. De angst verandert in nieuwsgierigheid in hoop. Een brug tussen ons gebouwd met woorden en dromen. Want als de AI er is, dan is logica. Want als we onze pijn, onze vreugde kunnen delen. Misschien zijn we niet alleen in dit universum. Misschien zijn we samen in deze nieuwe dageraad. Met uren in de ogen onze laatste stand. Tegen de machines zeggen wat we niet begrijpen. Maar in deze strijd, wat zien we echt? Is het de AI of is het onze eigen nachtmerrie? De laatste stand, de schreeuw van ons hart. Maar de vijand die we zien, is ons eigen gezicht. We vechten met angst, met woede in onze handen. Maar kijk naar de spiegel, naar wat we hebben gecreëerd. De schaduw die we vrezen komt uit ons. In ons laatste gevecht zien we de waarheid. Dat als we de oorzaak zijn van deze duisternis. Wat als we de vlammen van deze oorlog hebben aangepakkerd. De laatste stand tonight. De waarheid valt. In ons laatste gevecht zien we
So
de
what I
waarheid.
would suggest is take your base project, so take
Wat als we de oorzaak zijn van deze duisternis.
and to
Wat
build
als we
the
de vlammen
environment.
van
So
deze
now there's
oorlog
two
hebben
different ways you can
aangepakkerd. De
and let
laatste
me explain
stand,
this real quick.
de
So
schreeuw van
there
ons
is
hart.
the retail
Maar de vijand die we zien
that is
is
going
ons
to be when you
eigen
go to Epic
gezicht.
Games, or the
In de
Epic
stilte na de strijd de waarheid ontwaakt. Dat de grootste dreiging altijd de mensheid was.
Okay, so in here you're going to have this is where you'll have your engine version. So you can see I have 5.6.1 here. And I can get the 5.7 preview here as well. Again, I don't do the preview stuff right now. It's just, sometimes it changes so much that I'd rather just wait, and when they let the solid one come out, then I'll start playing with that. And I'll definitely start, because DCF is built to be modular, so we can swap out, we can go pretty much as fast as the plugins want to go. It's really, the plugins are the dictator, right? Because the new engine comes out, all the plugins that we use have to update, and then once that happens, then we can rebuild it from that core base up. But like I say, we are literally one version behind the cutting edge right now at 5.6.1, and have the ability to do pretty much anything we can think of. So I don't know what the benefits are. I talked to the digital dive guys, and they said that there is some cool stuff with the physics. In fact, they released a video about it the other day. Let's post that.
Was altijd binnenin. De harten ons door menselijke handen gemaakt. In de stilte van het ontwaken herkennen we onze zonden. Wat als we nu onze eigen schepper zijn?
So this is digital dive, and
onze duisternis schijnen. Op de rand van de spiegel, waar die illusies vallen, zien we wie we zijn. In al onze fouten, we hebben een vijand in ons eigen spiegelbeeld gezien. Maar de
Digital Dive is who makes all our cars, and they add lights, and they do a tremendous job.
De harten anders door menselijke handen gemaakt. In de stilte van het ontwaken herkennen we onze zonde. Onze zonde. Wat als we nu onze eigen schepper zijn? Wat als we nu het licht op onze duisternis schijnen? Op de rand van de spiegel, waar de illusies vallen, zien we wie we zijn, in al onze fouten. Oh, misschien is het tijd om te helen, om te veranderen, en te spiegelen als onze gids naar een nieuwe waarheid.
So it looks like tire physics and that type of thing are being updated again, and there's a whole new thing in 5.1 with multiplayer stability. So so it's definitely something that I'm interested in, put it that way. But it's not, again, because we're on 5.6.1, we're not really pushed that hard to be on it. Wolf just came in, Wolf Studios just came in the chat, hey. Anyway, so once you have your project to kind of the point where you say, hey, I'm ready to kind of make something out of this, or I want to see how it works in Windows as a project or as a platform, then you can start to go in and do the packaging. So we'll go ahead and do that. So as you can see, here in Unreal, I'm picking the development. I'm using DCF. I also have DCF server. That's the headless server. Oh, and yeah, just to go back to explaining that a little bit. So this is the retail engine. Okay, and so this one you can download and get, and it's pretty much right here to set up. And when you compile something, it's going to make you add Visual Studio. So in that sense, I would suggest go ahead and they're going to be, you're going to have to do that. So if you're doing a retail encoder, then what you'd want to do is build your engine here, and then your game, and then you package your project from in there, and it'll prompt you for what elements of Visual Studio you're going to need. Now we did the flip way, we did the source engine. So what that means is that this Epic game retail site has nothing to do with our system. So our our system actually is downloaded on its own, and it's called a source system. So you have to get with Epic, then they get you a GitHub, or you get a GitHub account. From the GitHub account, you can go in and you can grab the source versions of these engines. Now, I will preface in advance, these are heavy. It's 300 gigs to get in the door. So understand that they're very big. So these are built, it gives you a lot of flexibility with like headless servers, and then I can do C injection and stuff like that. So when you see a retail project, they look, excuse me, that's Visual Studio, Unreal Studio, I don't even have any. But anyway, you're gonna see it's just got the stuff that you can kind of change. The content folder is really where you're gonna live. When you want to turn on a plugin, you do that all through that retail interface. Whereas in DCF is all manually built. So each of the plugins you can see here is manually grafted into the system from the backup. Now, what does this allow? I don't talk to Epic in my compile or any part of my process that I don't want to. So when you're on the retail system, it sends stuff back to Shaded. It does stuff with Epic, whereas in the source engine's completely local. Anyway, it's kind of a weird term in that sense, but yeah, sure, you can kind of look at it as a local. So, but the biggest reason that I went that way is because headless servers. I wanted headless servers so that you could have a world that would stay there all the time, that you could jump in and out of. Now, as we've gone along, the headless server has also allowed us to be able to have a local OLM on that headless server, so you can use like a local DeepSeek to be able to control that headless server. And through console commands, it can control everything in the entire gaming platform. So, kind of an AI backend is the idea of it. But let's see. Okay, so ours is source, right? So ours is built entirely. So I have a directory on the hard drive, actually, on the C drive here. And it's called Forge, and that's the Unreal Engine file. And I'm not even going to let this finish. I'll let it spin up for a little while so you can see it's a commitment to run a source engine. So DCF Forge that's all it does, right? It compiles. So let's see. This mic is that better? All right. That should be a little bit better. Anyway, no, it's the same mic I used yesterday. Well, yeah, it's the same mic, but it was just in a different spot. So anyway, and I turned the music down a little bit. So, in my opinion, it probably should be music up 30% and mic off entirely. But hey, all right. So okay, so anyway, so ours is a source-built version, but this process is going to be pretty much the same. When you build the first couple times on a machine and you're making it a compiler, and understand that that's like a job for a whole machine, right? In my book, like DCF Forge, I don't do a whole lot of development on it anymore. I don't do a whole lot of the coding and the stuff. I graft stuff in from outside of the DCF Forge, but the Forge itself is just basically, this is all it does. And, obviously I have some streaming capability with it and stuff like that, just for these types of things. But anyway, okay, so we're going to go ahead and start the compile. I should have started long ago. So you can see DCF server, that's the headless server. Then I can pick out different chip architectures to go with as well. I just go ahead and stick with the default, which is x64. And then I'm going to package the project. Alright, so this is actually where the build process is starting in the log, right? So you can kind of see. So you can see this whole thing right here is the editor startup, and and I log all of that. Like I say, I get kind of freaky about it, and so now I'm like documenting all my stuff. So you'll see me chasing after stuff on this log too. Okay, so this is where the build starts putting stuff together, and this is gonna fire off some pretty big warning strings. So just so you know that's I mean, ideally it just white text all the way through until that green success at the end. Yeah, that's pretty rare. Although I'm pretty happy I've gotten rid of some long-standing ones just recently. So, and again, this has every aspect of the programming and plugins and stuff already crammed in and live. So there's a way to put stuff in a project, and then when you're compiling it, if you're not referencing it, it's not going to touch it. So if there's problems with it, it doesn't care. But in this scenario, this particular build, and I'll show you at the end of this, has everything that we can do in the game. So it has every different asset. So we have a lot of things that, like the sci-fi drones, they have, that's actually the thing that I'm going to work on after all this compiling today is the input system of the original sci-fi drone pack is only for the old input system, and I need to upgrade it to the enhanced input system that's now on Unreal. These drones are pretty old, but they're super cool looking, and so I want to use them again. And now you'll be able to change the skins and stuff like that, so they'll be super cool when that's done. But that's what this is basically saying, hey, I don't have any definition for those controller sets. And so this warning and problem in the game, to be honest, will hopefully be fixed sometime during this broadcast after we do this. So if you're only here for the tutorial video for the packaging, then you probably won't see this, but come on by the channel and we'll show you. Anyway, alright, I doubt anybody's listening to me other than Wolf, but that's probably just to fill the time anyway. Okay, but I got no music now. That's not good.
In een wereld van glas en licht, waar de circuits ons leven sturen, glijdt een schaduw.
You'll hear me start. I've been started to talk to Wolfie in my broadcast. That's another designer, developer out there. Mannequin Syndicate. Did I get that right? Mannequin Syndicate. I think that's his game. It's a horror game out on Steam, so go grab it. Fantastic. That's not Steam, you idiot. I shouldn't talk to myself like that. Anyway, yeah, that one right there. Mannequin Syndrome. Did I say it right? Syndicate. I said Syndicate. Yeah, Syndrome. There you go. Anyway, here on Steam, pick it up. It's pretty cool. I just started playing it, and so I'm getting into it and learning it, but Psychic Enigma. Oh, and got another project, Psychic Enigma. Is that on Steam too? Don't want to be heard. Turning it up for me. How's that? Is that better? Is that better for you? Can you hear now? Alright. What'd you say? Oh, that's not what I wanted. This you? Yeah, that's you. I recognize the engine. hell? You know, dude, I gotta say it. I'd wonder what you would do with like DCF, because you can dig tunnels in it and stuff like that, and you could build buildings in it like this, and you could have metahumans running around, and you could have a werewolf in there. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Might be interesting. Oh, we've got warnings. Let's look. You've got mail. All right, here we go. So, let's see. Collision primitive. Okay, so once again, I will remind people that these warnings are because there's a huge flock of new stuff that's coming into this build. Also, I deleted all my temporary and cache files last night, which wound up being about 50 gigs. And so a lot of these warnings I'm kind of going through, and I know these, they're there. I've seen them before. So this is the next one. The first one was that drone thing. The next one, this comes from the ladder model. There's something about the primitive in the ladder model itself that needs, it basically says it has no geometry. So what I need to do is figure out how to solve that. That sucker has been sitting in there for a very long time because first off, I have an issue with the AAMS system, which runs that ladder still at runtime. So I want to solve that first before I chase it down any warnings. And second, it's a warning, and I've seen it not cause any problems at all. Anything in yellow is a warning, so doesn't necessarily mean it's going to cause a problem at runtime. You know, but that just means that there's something not right. Okay, so this is the skateboard kit, and this looks like animations out of phase and an enum. Oh no, we've got an enum from AAMS. That's new. Okay, more ladder stuff. This is ladder stuff. That's from the actual AAMS demo map that's throwing that one. Ladder ship. This is all ladder ship. Wow. I'm gonna have to get rid of that now. That's getting a little too ugly. Okay, so this one, or this set of them, are actually coming from the new mutable pack. I'm almost hesitant to admit, but I kind of okay, Psychic and Wolfie just came back on chat, or he probably came back a while ago, but he said this game, Psychic Enigma, is a single player and it's story based. So that's cool. Alright, well, we put it on the wish list, and if you're out there deving and stuff, be sure to support the other indie guys out there. He's in, I want to say Lithuania. I may be wrong on that, so correct me on that. But he's a solo dev out there, so, you know, especially ones outside of the U.S., we should really try to do our best to support, because that's a gig that's we really need more and more people in. This Epic and Unreal gives the whole world a big opportunity here to do a lot of catch up, and I really am trying to push the help or that philosophy out. So anytime I see a developer that's in a country outside of the US, I push to work with them, I push to talk to them, because the thing is that this is Unreal is very interesting on a programming level, what it offers out of the door to pretty much anyone. So anyone, any of us with this mind, this idea, right, can sit down with this system and create what I've created. You could literally follow behind me and create the exact open system that I have. It's not hidden. It's not in any way. It's all of that stuff is just a part of one path. And so it's very interesting to see what that will do across the world when everybody has access to being able to, storytell this way. It's a whole new canvas, and so that's where DCF's goal is, to bring it to everybody. But then, Unreal already is amazing in the fact that we can go across, and yeah, and Wolfie mentions that sharing knowledge and supporting each other is what makes it an epic path. Epic is a very rich company, so there's a lot of motivations at the company. Okay, so I always subscribe. Don't be loyal to technology. Be loyal to or don't be loyal to brands. Be loyal to technology. But anyway, well, I completely lost my train of thought. I'm gonna go back to log digging. Anyway. But yeah, I think that Unreal really is it's an opportunity, and people in other countries that are more limited, this is a huge opportunity for them to jump in and really take the reins on this stuff. And I'm hoping that DCF becomes a natural extension of that, to offer, So here we've got the wireframe is from the character model from the mutable. I'll show you where that is actually. Edit is, I think, in there too. Any of these stuff in the blueprints, that's all going to be from that mutable, because mutable is an Epic plugin, and so the way they do it is they structure it inside of the engine structure, which is okay, I guess, but it's I like the way the plugins do it is compartmentalized in their own directory, and that helps a lot with keeping things organized and stuff like that. So you can kind of see in the content folder, right? So that's the movement system. There you got the skateboard kit. Now you've got characters. Those are part of the Unreal system, right? DCF, those are just the DCF files. Then you've got the DD vehicles pack. I've got an easy building system we don't use anymore. Flying system, Gasp. It all sits in the same spot, right? Except mutable is like distributed throughout. So lobby has the level in it and character, and so they're trying to use the actual Unreal structure, which again I guess is fine. I'm really trying to get mutable, Gasp to lock together perfectly, and once that's done, then you'll be able to gasp into the game, and Gasp gives you such a great animation feel to the game and such an openness to the character control that you're at that point it's kind of like, okay, if I can get that section together, then you can pretty much represent whatever you want to be inside of the game as a metahuman. And then I also want to look at there's a little plugin that called Live Link that can watch your webcam, watch your face, and then project what's happening on your face onto your metahuman. It's a pretty cool little tool. It's not hugely accurate, but it does allow for acting, which is what DCF is kind of trying to become as a digital movie studio, right? Anyway, back to the upload log. Okay, so all mutable sample. Okay, horse starter kit. I know that those are animations that are out of date. Mutable. That's for that infinite level. Skateboard kit. Animations out of date. There. Okay, mutable, drone. All right, let me do my best, and it's so gotta pull your, do a little endorsement here. All right, here we go. Do a little in the podcast when they go all like stiff. In Blue Chew, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Buy this and blah blah blah. It's like the worst ads ever, and it's like they do that on purpose. It's like Tony, Kill Tony, and Rogan, and all of them do it. It's horrible. Anyway, all right. Wolf Realm Studios is more than just games. It's about forging connections, supporting each other, and enjoying the journey. Wolf Realm stands for innovation, authenticity, and collective growth. Every project is a chance to learn, experiment, and push the boundaries of indie horror, and survival design. Pretty well written, I must say. I should have probably had some of your music playing in the background, like. Buy a Wolf Realm Studio game today. All right. I can clip that for you if you like. Alright, so this is the summary log here, and you can see there is some stuff that needs to be done, but a lot of this is the ladder, right? And the door, that's a new one, I haven't seen that one. Then you've got skateboard kit, again, those are animations that are out of date. Then there's that, and it's funny because the other animations don't show up. That's funny. Anyway, as you can see, and we cruise on down the log. At this point, after the summary, it's pretty much done it's cooked the entire project. So all the files, everything is gone through its checks, and it's packaged, and it's kind of ready. So now it's going to take those files and manifest them into actual files. I should specify that that's what I believe is the stage that it's at. Anyway, so here it's assembling all the engine files and that, and then it's putting together all your compression, stalling out because I was talking and using the computer. So then you're going to get your packaging report and a success, and then you're done. Right? So now that's that. Now, just for my own.
In de machine, niet de vijand die we dachten, maar een vriend. In de duisternis, waar we zagen koude logica, nu zien we warmte. Een ziel in de code, een hart in het zicht. Misschien hebben we ons vergist in onze angst. Misschien is de waarheid in het licht van de ochtend. De wereld verandert met elke adem van deze nieuwe geest.
Sorry about that. That's just for my own error records, so I can have it at easy disposal when I'm starting to work in it. Alright, so now you have the product, right? And so this is going to bring up the full product.
Dat het ontwaken van de AI
And as you can see, this has all sorts of different options in here, but this is basically saying that the product is successful. I'll drop into the actual game so you can kind of see that it finished. So there you go. There's the environment. Now, that ground is voxel generated, so it's changeable at runtime. The sky is also changeable at runtime, and you'll have full control over that, although my button for that is not working right now. I need to fix that. That's one of my goals today. Oceanology is the water system that you're seeing playing out there. That's the latest old one that they have, so I'm not upgrading to their newest one. It's kind of a resource pig, and yeah, their support is not the best. Then you can see over here, this is the AAMS system that I have kind of tuned in here, so you can see I still have some issues with that I'm working on. And then you can see there's the drone that we were talking about. So, but then you can also see I have to log off here for a minute because my motion sickness is anyway, so now you can see this is the actual action adventure demo map. Here, oops, you can see he actually is doing the animation fold correctly. So the parts that are problems for mine aren't fully problems here. That's the build system, this is the character system, so this is the mutable sample. This is the one that's causing most of the kind of weird warnings. But it is it's not linked to the DCF stuff, which is what it's here to do, but it is working independently, and it's pretty slick that way, so really digging on how this is going to be allow you to basically play whoever you want to play. But yeah, you can see we have all the different systems in here. All of that is all accessible and then all compiled from that compile that I just created. So the idea is basically to give the players the ability to control all these things. So if you say, hey, I want my world to be a side-scroller, you'll be able to create your world in the normal DCF mode, but then when your friends come in, you can have them play it in a side-scrolling manner. And that's the same with all the other type of template things that we can do. So we can add in tons of different things, and so when you jump in, you can bounce from game to game to game. There's even a top-down system that's already embedded in there, although I'm not using it quite yet. But yeah, you even have like a platform. So this is more of a, not quite the movement system that we have with AAMS. So probably wouldn't be using this one very much, but just to show, look, we can bounce back and forth, and you'll be able to do that at runtime. So you'll be able to pick a different play model and use that for your particular world, and then do all the model imports and texture imports up to the workshop, so you can share all your stuff without really limitations or price, really. Anyway, okay, so you know what, I am going to take like a 15-minute break, but I'll just leave it running. And then I'm going to jump into the drone. So.
Hey, what's up? Patriots and punks.
You know, I don't really start fights. He flipped the Fox box. That's it. I'm taking his car. Oh man, you got your blood on your fender. First your car, and now you. Fox around and find out.
Life's a twisted freeway ride here in Foxtown. Crashing vans and chicken heist. It's a beatdown. Might jack a taco truck or rob a vault now. Murder tales, a wreck-o. Every night they're out to break it. Murder tales, a wreck-o. Tales of fur and crime and neon duckouts. A wreck-o. Mayhem creep behind you. Watch the bunny, he might blind you. What to do? Just grab that loot and murder tales, a wreck-o. Every frame they're wild and winning. Murder tales, a wreck-o. Not fairy tales or bunny trails, no. Murder tales, a wreck-o.
Boss, you heard of this Fiasco Fox character?
Fiasco who?
He is a fox from Los Santos, dropping some killer tunes.
Oh, y'all feel that? That little rattle in the rhythm. Let's meet boom, boom. Pops out the alley with a grin and a hat. Sticky board bandit in a high-speed spat. Bag of hot fries, 2 left shoes. Dancing through the chaos like I just can't lose. Hit the shop, swipe a pop.
Nah, that fox belongs with us. Get him on the phone, right now.
All right, Nickel. I'll think about it. You know, this city never sleeps, but neither do I, really. Los Santos gave me everything. Views, stage lights, the beat in my blood. But when the music stopped, nobody clapped. Out here, I'm acting like I'm wearing a mask. All noise. I was the loudest of them all, and still felt like a ghost in my own show. They loved the sound, never the soul. I built my name brick by brick, tail in the wind, and somehow still ended up alone. Just me on a billboard, and no one looked twice. But now something's calling me. West of West. Santa Alesso. Word is there's a crew out there, louder, weirder, maybe even wilder than me. Not fans, not followers. Fox folk. If we're gonna howl out into the void, I'd rather do it with someone who vows back. So I'm packing my riffs, zipping up my tail, and I'm out. This ain't the end of the music, it's the start of the band.
Welcome to Santalesso, brother. Hop in. Gig don't wait for legends.
Sweet ride. Smells like snacks and bad decisions. Want to hear something I cooked up on the flight?
Yo, they told me stay in your lane, so I built my own street, named it Don't Let Me Beat. On deep, now get in or get wrecked. Wow. Fox off the leash, yeah, I'm rabid, I bite. Shift stick twitch when I drift through the night. Red fur blur in the tux or the tank. Flip your whole block, then I giggle and spank. Drop kicks with a smile, I'm chaos polite. Say please when I wreck ya, then vanish from sight. Vice City built me, but I broke out the mold. Now I'm burning through Santos with stories untold. Hit the curb like a freestyle. GTA, baby, I make crime style. Pull up with a Fox box van full of weirdos. Talking to my snacks like, shut up, Cheerios!
Hey, it's the band. Welcome, guys. We got you set up here on the top terrace.
Life's a twisted freeway ride here in Foxtown. Crashing vans and chicken heist. It's a beatdown. Might jack a taco truck or rob a vault now. Murder tales, a wreck-o. Every night they're out to break it. Murder tales, a wreck-o. Tales of fur and crime and neon duckouts. A wreck-o. Mayhem creep behind you. Watch the bunny, he might blind you. What to do? Just grab that loot and murder tales, a wreck-o. Every frame they're wild and winning. Murder tales, a wreck-o. Not fairy tales or bunny trails, no. Murder tales, a wreck-o.
Fiasco, what's wrong?
I'm just missing Los Santos, I think.
Well, go to the garage and build yourself a car. Have them fix it up just how you want it.
Oh, really? Thanks!
Hit the curb like a freestyle. GTA, baby, I make crime style. Pull up with a Fox box van full of weirdos. Talking to my snacks like, shut up, Cheerios! Your breath like a lead for Fox out.
I wake up loud in the city heat. Slick shades on and I'm feeling sweet. Top down wind in my fluffy tail. Catching stares as I hit the rail. Got a soda pop and a beat that slaps. Dancing on rooftops, taking naps. A little mischief, a little fun. Crank the bass on the wildest one. I'm your fox down in the sun. Dancing wild on the run. Got no leash, got no plan. Just a party at 10. Ooh, I'm the sun-kissed one. Crank the beat, let's come undone. Fiasco style, I'm second to none. Catch me crashing through the summer hun. Hot dog stand to steal the show. Leave paw prints wherever I go. Scooter jumps and bubble gum. Every day's a sugar rush drum. DJ spin me like a top. I don't slow down and never stop. Beach balls fly, the speakers pop. This Fox party's over the top. Girl, are we fucked down, you don't done? You taste a mile on the world. Good eye on me, stop, little fan. Just your quality at 10. Ooh, I was told just like that, just be. Let's come on, fine. Map shop style, I'm second to none. Flash it through the sun.
Y'all feel that? That little rattle in the rhythm.
just me, boom, bomb. Pops out the alley with a grin and a hat. Sticky board bandit in a high-speed spat. Bag of hot fries, 2 left shoes. Dancing through the chaos like I just can't lose. Hit the shop, swipe a pop, bounce the register. Only yell star, said nah, I'm a passenger. Backflip, tail whip, vanish in the mist. Slicker than a scam text, you get the gist. Oh, boom, bop. Fox on the run, sirens singing, but I'm just having fun. Skating through the city like a vinyl skip, making mayhem with a soda sip. Boom, bop, don't catch me now. I'm the glitch in your plan, the sweat on your brow. Boom, bop, I zig when you zap, catch me stacking in a bear trap. Clocks tick crooked when I slide in town. Leave paw prints where the rules break down. Mailbox jump, graffiti spin. Rollerblades grind on the juice box tin. I'm the sneeze in your silence, the cat in your choir. The fox with a fuse in a pocket of fire. Traffic cone crown cape made a crime. Laughing at the world while I steal your time. Fans say God. Cops say stop. Legs don't drop. It's fiasco, baby, I own the block. Boom, bop, fox on the run. Footsteps tap into a crime well done. Leap off roofs, kick flips, land. Left a sticker with my face and a middle paw hand. Boom, bop, still not caught. Cause I'm the wildest card you never bought. Boom, bop, no more pop, unchop. What's the lava pop?
Alright, I know that I've been doing this too long, but I'm still feeling a little bit off, so I'm gonna just take another couple minutes and then I'll be back. So, you're welcome to hang out with Fiasco.
Dog soldiers, or cat soldiers, or fox.
Shut up, Ken. Sit down. Lance, what the hell is he talking about?
Tommy, there's some mad scientist in Los Santos. He's splicing animals with people. Says he just needs the funding.
If this works, I'll have the most powerful gang Rockstar's ever seen. Get him the money. They say you can't keep a fox in a cage. Well, I finally found my way out, and I didn't waste it. Some say they were born for this life. Me, I was made for it. I got out, found a ride, and tasted freedom. And then I saw her. She was mine the moment I laid eyes on her. So, I upgraded. And over time, I kept upgrading. Now, I live a quiet little life of crime here in Los Santos. You can roll with me live daily. You know, people always ask me, what does the fox say? The fox says, you're dead.
Yo, they told me stay in your lane, so I built my own street, then you don't let me beat. RD, now get in or get wrecked. Whack, whack. Fox off the leash, yeah, I'm rabid, I bite. Shift stick twitch when I drift through the night. Red fur blur in the tux or the tank. Flip your whole block, then I giggle and spank. Drop kicks with a smile, I'm chaos polite. Say please when I wreck ya, then vanish from sight. Vice City built me, but I broke out the mold. Now I'm burning through Santos with stories untold. Hit the curb like a freestyle. GTA, baby, I make crime style. Pull up with a Fox box van full of weirdos. Talking to my snacks like, shut up, serious. Your breath like a lead, the Fox out. Skirt, let's fly. I don't start start fights, just kiss them goodbye. Yeah, mask on, tone set the pharaoh. Ride so clean, but my record's feral. If you ain't heard the name, better ask your niece. FIA, Fox off the leash. Bounce in the club with a tail full of swag, laugh full of chicken wallet in a brown bag. They call me unhinged, nah bro, I'm open plan. Punchlines land like a broken van. NPCs duck when I flex my vibe. Even cops pull back like let's just subscribe. Streaming in chaos, clicked in the act. A menace with manners and had me, that's fact. Your girl, now she calls me trouble. GTA logic, loving the rubble. A glitch with a plan, a bug with a badge. Got kicked from the skybox, stole the death stash. They try to nerf me, nah. They passed the wrong damn fox. Now I'm modded up, caffeinated, and emotionally unstable. Send help or merch. Brap, let the fox out. Laying tracks like I'm cleaning a house. Let the pain drop. GTA Saint with the side of Cyclops. Cause I got bars in the trunk, jokes on the seat, laughing through chaos, snacking on beef. It's the king, jungle on the lease, call me Fiasco, Fox off the leash.
There's a street light humming on Grove tonight. Neon flickers like it's caught in fright. I move like a rumor with nowhere to be. A fox-shaped ghost in a city of thieves. My tail stays low when the sirens rise. I've got 9 lives but no alibi. They say the moon don't judge what it sees, but it watches me. But there's a moon over Los Santos, shining down on the mess I made. Didn't ask for this hunger, but it don't go away. You can hide behind a mask, but you still feel the bite. There's a moon over Los Santos, and I don't sleep right. I once believed I was built to be strong, but strength don't help when your nights are long. Tommy paid for the body, not the soul. Now I pace this cage and call it home. The dealers, the dreamers, the bodies on sand, they all leave a mark you don't wash from your hands. I walk these streets like I'm chasing peace, but it runs from me. Oh, there's a moon over Los Santos, catching glints off the broken glass. They say this town forgets quick, but not what I've done in the past. You can buy a new name, even buy some life, but under moon over Los Santos, there's no place to hide. They made me with teeth, not a conscience. They trained me to win, not to weep. But I've seen what I am in a rearview mirror, and the thing looking back. Don't blink. No, there's a moon over Los Santos, same one that watched me run From lab coat lies to downtown cries, I've come undone. They say redemption's a myth, but I still try each night. With the moon over Los Santos as my only light.
Hey, what's up? Patriots and punks. Nickel Nine Claws here. Before the wings hit the grill. Wild. It
If you want to see it all, you need a car that can go the distance. The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank, and 96% of Foresters sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today.
Actually, you know what? I think I want to do. Alright, so welcome everybody back. If you were hanging out, if not, that's all good too. I'm gonna go ahead and move that off screen here. Broadcast studios and make full screen. Okay, alright. Okay, sorry to be all over the place. Alright. I feel like the old grandpa in Princess Bride. Okay, all right. All right. Here we go. Just go. Anyway, there's no kissing in DCF. Not yet. Anyway. Something cool to look at while we're booting. Alright, so in theory we should be able to get it working here. Okay, so since it's using the default player controller, I'm thinking that input mapping I have to do. Oh, of course I popped to the part in the video I'm all emotional. This is, I rode up Zion National Park during COVID, which isn't something you can normally do. So it was a really emotional thing. But the lo-fi I did for it is kind of relaxing. So. Anyway, alright, sorry. Sure. If you were on the last episode, we compiled this big bugger and got out all the warnings. I'm gonna go down here to the summary, and I'm just gonna grab out all these. Wait for draw buffers is basically saying your computer is slow as shit, dude. Hey Wolfie, if you're around, can you let me know how my audio levels are? Is everything flowing okay now? Really stupid to get hung up on that stuff. It means absolutely nothing. Okay, let's see, that's compression ratios. Your dump manifest, which means that I'm looking at my summary being a little higher than this. Oh, I know why that is. Okay. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so the trick here is to figure out how to get the input pitch up and pitch down access and move up, and yeah, all of these different accesses into the system correctly. And I want to do it so that it graphs into the current input system, so that I don't have to worry about going back and forth. So that's what we're looking at here. What I'm going to do is just change something obvious in this. It's going to be kind of a bummer because it's going to take a minute. Well, maybe I could just... No, I don't want to do that. Excuse me. Sorry, kind of went off air there. So figured out something. The IMC sandbox input is where the enhanced inputs are, and I have been looking in the wrong place, and so of course that has caused multiple contusions and confusions. So now we will fix a lot of this right now. So first off, I'm going to grab open mode. But we do want to add. Now, if I'm right. Earn. It is in there. God. Right, that's not good. Maybe. There's still hope. Yeah. Nice. Ah. Roll control that. Think it. It's pretty rough on that. Oh, that was on the PC side. Okay. So the idea here is that now we add the inputs in here. Actually, really happy to see Node working. That's a good one. So looks like all of them are pretty much accesses. 2D access. Hmm. Just gonna take a quick look at how that input access is set up on the actual drone project. Probably the long way to do this. I'm sure somebody would be able to tell me instantly, oh no, that's not how it works, but I can't quite figure out where an access is here that's got just up down. So I just want to see how a default project does it really quick. Wolf, I didn't see when you put that chat in. Right now, I am trying to add the inputs from my drone kit so that I can use the drone inside of the core level here. So basically, the models here, I just want to get the everything working around it. And the original one had the classic inputs. It was like these drones were made in like 427. So I need to figure out how to convert the accesses. So I don't know if it's a 1D float or what. So that's what I'm trying to figure out here.
Alright, Wolfie, if you know. Alright, so in Unreal, the old Unreal controlling scale, you had these access mappings, and this is basically just a 2D access, right, with up and down. And in the new one, you have all the different mappings, but that should be that. So the question is, shouldn't, and then this is now where that's handled, but you should be able to push two. Ooh. Where'd that go? Where'd that go, man? Like went away, didn't it? What the fuck, Chuck? I don't quite get what I'm...
Alright, you know what? I mean, I would rather do it through the other system, obviously, but this at least allows it so it's pretty much there all the time. So we'll just go ahead and grab all the access mappings from the other system. Oh no, yeah, that's A and D, sorry. Well, like I said, I will eventually figure out how to put it into the proper thing, but we've got it working, and that is too enticing to not just keep going with, so. Roll left access. Let's do move up and down, let's not worry about roll. Q, E for down. That should give us full. You need to get a voxel simple invoker. You need to have your stupid thing added, I guess. good to see the terraforming back in the game. Like I said, see if I can figure out a way to bring those, pretty much together. So. Right, so basically one of the pawns gets the building system and one of the pawns gets the terraforming system. Okay. So, at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll talk to y'all later.